Brodes Media.
Disappointing down the stretch for sure, because they probably could have stole one here. Discombobulated, I would use to describe what we saw, almost throwing the ball out of bounds, keeping the possession alive, but then it results in Joel Embiid jacking up a shot 15 feet behind the three-point line. Did they deserve to win this game? No, but it would have been nice to know that Indiana threw everything their way and they had the answer still to squeeze by. Would have been nice. It's very hard to beat a team twice, 2 games in a row like this when seeing each other so close with your schedule. And then also with no Batum due to personal reasons. And I know we're going to be dealing with the Kelly Oubre thing for a while, but not having those 2 wings. Robert Covington starts. He plays barely 15 minutes. He only has 2 points, so he was basically useless. Marcus Morris was non-existent. You had an issue with your roster tonight, and you still probably could have won that basketball game when Maxey in the fourth started to do his thing, and whether it was the dunk or the awesome three-pointer, the building felt alive. You also had the disaster of the referees that don't know the rules, which then screws up the mojo when it looked like the Sixers had some life. And then basically everything evaporated from there, which also sucks. What are you going to do? You win 8 straight games, and you lose one when you're sort of shorthanded. The Oubre thing, though, has an asterisk next to it because we're going to be dealing with that for quite some time. It didn't seem like Nick Nurse was thrilled with some of the refereeing late. The physicality that was on Tyrese Maxey during the back end of that game. Yeah, I could see it. I could see why he was mad, and I can see why he had some valid points. But at the end of the day, Halliburton was going off. He cooks early on with a lot of threes. Maybe he didn't defend every possession necessarily beautifully, going under, going over. Nick Nurse definitely pointed that out during his post-game press conference, and I was getting pissed off by a few things. All right, Halliburton's stupid arc on his shot was bothering me. The court sucked, so I could barely pay attention to the game because my eyes hurt. That's not basketball. That's crap. This league needs to figure it the hell out and realize that that's trash. You cannot allow the consumer to sit through 48 minutes of basketball with the blaring red stupid-ass court. Well, I can't even pay attention because I'm distracted, and it's stupid. It's stupid. It's so dumb. Dumb. So between Halliburton no-look passing, which was actually unreal in a basketball term, in a basketball sense, in a beauty of basketball sense, but I hate him right now, and this team bothered me. Obi Toppin has a mean jam early on. He skips to the bench with this stupid smile on his face as Nick Nurse calls a timeout. Oh, God, I wanted to rock him. I wanted to hit him with a 1-2 and maybe mix in an uppercut. I thought maybe the Sixers would bottle that and they would feel what I was feeling and they would hate it just as much as I hated it and then go out there and cruise. Now, DeAnthony Melton did in the third quarter and did everything in his power. I still don't know what to expect from him on a night-to-night basis. He truly is a wild card currently, but that was the best we've seen of him this season. He was getting to the free throw line. So was Joel Embiid. He was putting guys in foul trouble, and ironically enough, Miles Turner, of all people, he drains a 3 in the fourth quarter that really felt like a dagger. The score was 122-116. And that was right after Melton took a 3 that he missed and Maxey took a 3 that he missed. And, of course, on the next possession, here's the Pacers with the three-pointer that really hurt you. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. Something else Nick Nurse pointed out is he thought that they got super unlucky. And Indiana got super lucky where the ball easily could have been deflected and then maybe the Sixers could have got out in transition. I don't know if that was one of my takeaways, but that's what the head coach saw. So just something to point out. I probably wouldn't have mentioned that at all. I thought the Pacers dictated the pace of the game, which is definitely their motto. And throughout the 48 minutes, by the end, you saw some fatigue settle in. You saw them play rough with Tyrese Maxey. They needed some help on the wing, and they just didn't have those guys available today. I don't really want to go to Marcus Morris ever again. I think maybe you can at least look at Springer. I don't know. I mean, the guy's a veteran. I'm sure Nick Nurse thought, hey, we'll go with the veteran guy, but I don't know. Not that Springer's the difference in this game by any means. I think no Batum really hurt you more than anything else right now, but hopefully he gets back from his personal reasons pretty soon here. He was gone with them earlier, came back, and then he had to leave again. So I really don't know much about what's going on with that, and obviously when you get that type of label tied to why he's not playing, you kind of give it space and let the player deal with whatever is happening. A few disappointments for me. In the second quarter, the Pacers go no big. You can't get Joel Embiid the basketball and can't make an entry pass to get him to go to work down low in the paint. That was aggravating. Maxey not scoring in the first quarter was a bit painful. The refs, as I mentioned, and yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what it was. You have the Celtics next, so maybe it was we have the Celtics next kind of thing. I don't believe so. It's probably not where my mind goes because I think they were competing hard. I think they tried hard. I think they were doing everything in their power to win this basketball game. They just fell short, and I don't know if they had the legs, if they had the energy to execute down the stretch with a few minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They tried. I mean, look, they really went to the wire. They're constantly hitting layups late and then having to foul and then forcing the Pacers to hit their free throws. They went until the buzzer hit 0. When you win 8 straight games, you're bound to lose at some point. Social media was horrendous after this game, and I tweeted out my standard tweet that I do afterwards. Hey, call, text the Anytime hotline. I would love to hear your thoughts for the post-game show. And man, it was tragic, some of the responses. I know it's only 10 games in. I'm worried about the bench. This bench is completely useless. Wow, this loss so expected. And then the one I quote tweeted was, same old Sixers. Terrible defense, and they just don't have any urgency. Dude, they won 8 straight, okay? They won 8 straight. And then they go into detail about, well, they're better than the Pacers, and in this league, you can't lose to a team that you're better than. What? Do you watch NBA basketball, dude? That's what this league is, because there's so many damn games. There's so many useless ones. You have back-to-backs. You're going to Charlotte. You're playing the whatevers, the Wizards, whatever, teams that stink, teams that are bad. You lose to teams all the time that are horrific. Come on, man. You can look through plenty of seasons and see a team that's top 2 in the East or West, and then they fall to a team that's 10th in the East or West. It happens every night because you just play a game against your biggest rival. You just played a game against the Milwaukee Bucks on the road, and then you go to a place that has 4 fans in the stands, and then you don't play with any pop, and there's no juice, so you sleepwalk through it. Come on, man.